Today I need to sort these cupboards out. These are my stockpile cupboards and everything's just got shoved in, and I need to actually know what's in there. So I'm going to get everything out, give it a clean and just check the dates on everything. A lot of this wine has been given to us. We're going to keep the Bucks Fizz, but we are going to re-gift everything else. Last year we re-gift wine to teachers, so we might do that again this summer. These I'm going to be getting rid of because I have these. I have 2 of these instead and they're much better for pouring, so we can get rid of those too. I'm putting everything, well, all the wines back in, and this, we have had this for years and years. We're waiting for a special occasion to gift it to somebody. I think my husband got it as a Secret Santa, but yeah, we're not going to drink that, but we have had it for years. That's all the food from that one cupboard, and my waffle maker was in there. I was thinking about that the other day, and that's why I got to thinking that I needed to clean this out. So waffles incoming. I'm going to clear out this one because I want to keep all the foodie stuff in here and see what I can fit in there in regards to appliances. So we shall see. The cereal one will always be in there, and we can get rid of that because the barbecue is gone. There, the cupboards are empty and all the food is around me, and have a child sat there. Don't ask me why, I do not know. As I put everything back in, I'm going to check the dates, and I know already I have to get these out because they'll be up in like August time, so we're going to use them and probably replace them at some point. I'll show you some of the things that are in here as I'm putting them back in. I have an empty cereal container which I want to put away. This is the sort of leftover cereal that's gone off, which we're keeping for the birds, to feed the birds at boating lake. And this is my portable induction hob. I did a collaboration with Am Chef a little while back, and I got this. Look, it needs a clean, disgusting. But yeah, so we're going to be using that a lot more, especially in the summer, because I can plug it in outside because we have outside electrics, and it just can cook a 1-pot meal on there, things like that. I'm going to try and get all of that in here and the food in here. I'm going to try my best to group everything together, so long life milk, noodles, baking stuff, but it might just be fitting it in like Jenga, but I am going to try my best. Don't know where I'm going to put them yet. Ooh. For now, this cupboard's staying like this. I might have to squeeze some more stuff in there, but we've got long life milk, juice, noodles, baking stuff, breakfast stuff. I've got the ground turmeric there, and I've got all my pasta things in there, so trying to keep it to cans and jars up here. I love it when American YouTubers have, like, I haven't seen any UK ones as such, but the American ones with the basements, and they have the shelves, and they do their stockpile like grocery shelves. It's like you go shopping in your basement. Oh, I'm so envious. I would love that. But alas, I am stuck with this, but you know what? Better than nothing. Better than nothing. And any old cupboard will do, guys, even if you've only got a drawer or under your bed. Storage box under your bed. Get your food security. Get a little bit of stockpile going. How satisfying is that? I can get it 3 cans tall on the smaller cans. Love it. Oh, I've got kidney beans and cannellini beans and then baked beans. So I thought beans, you know. I'm thinking doing kind of like self-contained meals. So the soups, chili you can eat with some bread and butter, you know, things like that. In that section. Kind of just gonna have to wing it because, like I said, I'm working with the space I've got, and I'm doing the £3 a week stockpile challenge. Build your stockpile for £3 a week, so I'm going to be adding more to it over the next few weeks. And I've just put some meat items there, the hot dogs and the corned beef. So I'm gonna do the veg all in one go in one little section too. So that's all vegetables. I've even going to put chopped tomatoes there. I've only got 1 can, but we will be building that up in my Build Your Stockpile series. I've put my pasta sauces and my tuna there because we mostly eat tuna pasta or tuna pasta bake. So the next thing is going to be, let me see. Oh, popcorn. I think that's it. There we go. And that's my little stockpile. Very happy with that, and I'm going to be adding more to it. I'm going to see what I can get in here, and maybe I can leave that spare. We'll see, but I like how tidy this is. But if it comes to it and I have to pile lots more stuff in, I will, because this is a space I'm working with. But I like that it's organised for the moment. And like I said, I've got a really full freezer of stuff as well, so this makes me feel better knowing I have this to hand if I need it. I've managed to get all my Christmas trays and like trays we use for parties in there, induction hob, the sandwich press, the, what do you call them, jugs, and we always have juice, cereal and oil in this one. I don't want to move it around because it's just where everyone goes to look for it. I've got to put my waffle maker somewhere, but I'm thinking I might be able to get it in one of my drawers. If so, that means that top cupboard is empty. I don't want to get rid of that, but I want to find somewhere else to put it, and I'm not sure what to do with the stuff. Might keep that in the shed, the duck food. So yeah, they're not going back in. So this is our cool bag. It folds down, but we use this quite a lot in summer, beach trips, football and things, so that's just gonna have to be, it's just gonna have to go there, is what it is. There we go. And I only needed to remove those two cuppa soup boxes to use pretty soon, so I want to replace them, but I might actually replace them with tins of soup rather than the cuppa soups. We shall see. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. I've got all that space for more, and still more space on that side if I want to squish everything in. I'm just happy. It makes me feel like I've got a bit of food security. So on to the next thing. So do you remember when I got these, well, this top and a skirt in a bundle for £1 from the charity shop, and I said I was going to make them into like slouchy bags? Well, I've had an idea for this one, because I was thinking, what am I going to use for a strap? And then I thought, it's already got straps like a handle. I just need to turn it. Hang on, let me set it out and I'll show you. So I've turned it so the sides are the middle, if that makes sense. So you want the two side seams to match up, and then you've got your handle ready made, so you just have to turn it back inside out and stitch along here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and watch a bit of Netflix, people thinking they've been abducted by aliens and things, and make a little slouchy bag out of a strap top. I've just tacked some pins along there so I can keep it straight. I'm going to hand sew. I don't have a sewing machine, and I'm going to hand sew the entire way along, quite a tight stitch. I'm going to see how this turns out, but it's going to be a bag that I can carry stuff in anyway, isn't it? And I just think a slouchy bag, put a towel in there, drink, dry clothes. It will be perfect for the beach. Look guys, so it's all stitched up. That's the bottom now, that's where I've stitched it. I'm really happy with this. It's actually really worked out well. I don't think this has turned out bad for a simple straight stitch along the bottom of a strap top. Here it is, I've got a towel in it there, and I think, yeah, that'll be perfect for the beach. Quite happy with this, and it's made use of something that I wouldn't wear. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.